happen, I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great, you know. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. So, you know, I'll be going for Bud, you know, if he fight Canelo.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good, really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants.
Errol Spence Jr. has finally broken his silence after unexpectedly joining Terence Crawford's training camp ahead of the historic Canelo Alvarez clash. Once bitter rivals, Spence and Crawford are now united by mutual respect and a shared mission to prepare Bud for the biggest fight of his career. Offering his first public comments since joining forces, Spence praised Crawford's razor-sharp focus, relentless work ethic, and champion's mindset. The unlikely alliance has sent shockwaves through the boxing community, symbolizing how even the fiercest competitors can come together in pursuit of making history.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And is any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Crawford is taking one of the boldest gambles in modern boxing, moving up 2 full weight divisions to challenge Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight title on September 13, 2025. The bout is already being billed as one of the sport's most significant events of the decade. Yet when pressed on the possibility of a rematch with Spence Jr., Crawford shut it down completely, making it clear the chapter is closed.
It could happen, I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great, you know. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. So, you know, I'll be going for Bud, you know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off. He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
So recently, Errol Spence just backed Terence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez in the upcoming fight September 13th. So now you got a whole lot of people making a whole lot of noise about it, which is crazy because if y'all remember, Errol Spence, he been calling out Canelo Alvarez for years. Remember when Canelo Alvarez was still at 160, Errol was saying that he'll move up to 160 just to fight Canelo Alvarez. I guess because he's seen something in Canelo that he can exploit. And being as though that Terence beat the shot at Errol Spence last year, I guess he felt like he can do the same thing to him too.
Boxing legend Bernard Hopkins reflected on the physical and psychological toll Crawford inflicted on Spence in their previous meeting. Comparing it to 3 fights in one night, Hopkins claimed that Bud's punishing performance took 4 fights out of Spence's career. As a veteran who understands how damage lingers beneath the surface, Hopkins warned that such wars can quietly steal years from a fighter's prime, altering their long-term trajectory even if the effects aren't immediately visible.
Terence Bud Crawford is aiming for a Canelo Alvarez clash at 168 to become undisputed for a 3rd time in a 3rd weight division, something that has never been done. They're talking about Canelo Alvarez's 2 fights this year in May and September is going to be potentially versus Jamal Charlo and Terence Crawford in September on the back end. You know, for Canelo, of course, we want to see him fight David Benavidez, David Morrell, dig what I'm saying? But, so I know, this might not be what y'all want to see from Canelo, but for Terence Crawford, I like the idea. It looks like Errol Spence is going to do other things as opposed to fighting Terence Crawford in a rematch. So Terence Crawford in the gym right now, getting ready, staying prepared. And I would like to see him challenge himself versus Canelo. He done did everything else in the sport. And I mean,
Shakur Stevenson has no hesitation in predicting a Crawford victory and potentially a stoppage. The young champion has long insisted that Bud's boxing IQ, switch-hitting fluidity, and deceptive power make him the superior fighter. Stevenson has been unwavering in his belief, declaring, "Bud's going to cook Canelo," and asserting that a knockout is entirely possible. In his view, Crawford's adaptability and technical sharpness could turn a seemingly impossible task into a legendary upset.
Crawford. Believe Crawford, even though, fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, was...
But look who he beat.
Undisputed.
Look who he beat. Look who he beat. What he did to Spence, and how he did it. That's 3 fights to me. And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few years out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person going forward. They still can beat some fights, but it really put a bruise on them. You didn't see Spence fight yet, did you?
No.
Did you hear him name opponent for him to potentially fight? It's been quiet.
Actor and martial artist Michael Jai White, who portrayed Mike Tyson in HBO's acclaimed biopic, is also firmly in Crawford's corner. White dismissed the notion of Canelo being the automatic favorite, bluntly saying no, and likening the matchup to Floyd Mayweather's masterclass over a young Canelo. He believes Crawford's speed, craft, and unconventional style could allow him to outpoint Canelo in similar fashion, despite the Mexican's growth since that defeat.
I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would like apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's like physically kind of big, but like height-wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so, no.
Corey, have you got a decision to stop this? Because Bradman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop it.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone and talked about it, but I think that's possible. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud could crack too. So.
Former light heavyweight champion Antonio Tarver shares a more conditional take. He believes Crawford can beat Canelo, but only if he proves he can absorb the power that comes with fighting at 168 pounds. Tarver points out that Bud's speed, accuracy, and ring IQ would give him the tools to win, but that all hinges on whether he can withstand Canelo's crushing punches.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford.
Yes.
Do you feel that Canelo's gonna win?
No.
Really?
No.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
You make money. Just put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford can find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo has he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo Part 2. That's what I think. Crawford ain't gonna knock him out, but I don't know if Canelo's gonna land very solidly on Crawford. Canelo's way better now, but I still think there's an edge. It won't necessarily be exactly like that, but I think he'll edge him out point-wise. All you need is that little bit of an edge, and I think Crawford has that.
Not everyone is convinced. Errol Madrimov, who lost a decision to Crawford in 2024, delivered a blunt reality check. He noted the dramatic size difference at super middleweight and predicted Canelo would win by decision. Madrimov acknowledged Crawford's intelligence and experience but stressed that the physicality of 168 pounds is a completely different challenge. In a mixed comment, he suggested that at equal size the fight could be 50-50, but at this weight, Canelo holds the advantage.
Terence gotta be Terence, bro. He's a real deep thinker. He processed fights like nobody else. And he's processed this Canelo fight. He's seen it. He went through it 2 or 3 times already. He knows how this ends. You can tell the way he shadow boxes. He visualizing Canelo being right there in front of him. You understand? Look at the movement. That's all you got to do. Look at the movement. And that's the type of master boxer that Canelo is going to be facing. And the only thing I say is Canelo hasn't faced an opponent like this in a long time. You know what I mean? I think Canelo's going to have to go back to the Caleb Plant fight and look that good, that active, that, you feel me, moving with that type of grace to beat Terence Crawford. Because weight ain't going to make the difference. It ain't going to be the weight. It's going to be the skill set.
Former champion Amir Khan, one of the rare fighters to have shared the ring with both men, believes it will actually be an easy night for Crawford. Khan cites Bud's unmatched blend of accuracy, footwork, boxing IQ, and defensive slipperiness, stating he is far harder to hit clean than Canelo ever was.
If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think.
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
He has more experience. He's very experienced.
Khan also rejects the idea that Canelo's power will be the deciding factor. While acknowledging Canelo's heavy shots, he insists Crawford hits hard as well, and that timing will be the key. In Khan's opinion, the version of Canelo in 2025 is not the same force he was in 2016, and if Bud can avoid the big punches, he wins comfortably.
I think that Crawford could beat him, because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
You fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you can see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much away? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for a fight?
Joe Rogan has publicly thrown his support behind Crawford, praising him as the best switch hitter in the sport today. Rogan admires Bud's ability to fluidly transition between orthodox and southpaw without losing effectiveness, coupled with elite ring intelligence. His only concern is size, hoping that Crawford is physically big enough to handle Canelo's power, which Rogan acknowledges is formidable.
Canelo, is it so substantially bigger than all the other fights?
It was like ×4.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
×3, 4, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
it's crazy money.
He's such a draw,
so
isn't
when that deal was put to me, and I was like, it was about like 11 M.
Wow. I didn't even want to talk to them.
11, 12, call it.
We appreciate that for the second.
Absolutely, yeah.
11, 12 million, yeah. So when you look at that, you think, if I had to know, look at it this way, if I had to fight, I have to fight Danny Garcia, Kotelnik, Zab Judah, Peterson, and maybe like a Greco, 5
all to make that much dough.
No, and that's not it's not the fight that's hard, it's the training camps.
Yeah.
So when you get an opportunity like that, you're gonna take it because you know that it's only one fight, whereas instead of you taking 5 fights, no, Canelo knocked me out, fine, not me with one shot, you know what I mean, but you probably take more damage than.
Veteran trainer Teddy Atlas is firmly in the Crawford camp. Drawing comparisons to Sugar Ray Leonard, Atlas believes Bud's speed, adaptability, and mental sharpness will shine even more as he moves up. He views Crawford as a generational talent, special in a way that even Canelo cannot match.
I think is really interesting. The Crawford-Canelo fight.
Beyond interesting. Fascinating.
Because how does Crawford compete with that size? Crawford is leapfrogging. He goes to super middleweight.
47 to 54 and now to 68.
And the Madrimov fight in 54 is a difficult fight.
Yeah. So who do you like in Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think he's one of those guys that if you tell him he can't do something, he wants to show you and shock you.
1000%.
I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was.
Oscar de la Hoya, however, has been openly critical both of the fight and of its marketing. While recognizing Crawford's mastery, he questions whether the smaller man can withstand Canelo's pressure beyond the middle rounds. He also criticized the staged nature of promotional events, dismissing things like live dinner snaps and face-off shoves as fake theatrics, insisting fans deserve a genuine war.
He's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring. You know what's laughable also? Dana White being named the promoter of this fight, considering he's never been in the boxing space. Has no stable of boxers. He didn't negotiate. And is being handed this fight on a silver platter and called promoter. He's the trust fund baby of boxing. That's it. The trust fund baby of boxing. And get this. The fight will take place during the day on September 13th in Las Vegas. During the day. So Canelo will fight during the day on Netflix just to accommodate UFC Noche later that evening on a different network. So does that mean this fight isn't important? Do they not give a about the fans or viewership? Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC with a roster of names I've never heard of is going on prime time. Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing. Yeah, Canelo will fight anywhere. Anytime he's told because he doesn't give a all he cares is about the money. Doesn't give a fans.
IBF welterweight champion Jaron Boutsenis has urged caution. He believes Crawford is taking an unnecessary risk jumping straight to 168 and should first test himself at 160 to adapt to bigger opponents. Ennis leans toward Canelo, noting that the Mexican has knocked out naturally larger fighters and carries dangerous experience at super middleweight. Meanwhile, Canelo's own preparation has been nothing short of ferocious. His chiseled physique from final training camp sessions has stunned observers. His regimen of early morning runs, explosive power circuits, core work, and hard sparring with Olympic standout Errol Spence has reportedly left even his own team in awe of his intensity.
I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo because, like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe. And he been hurting these guys. I think he be driving these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So, so be it. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight. At like 60 or like at least at 60, just to get his body. The feeling of somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up in weight, you gotta, develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavier and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now. But I think he should just to stay sharp and and that way he don't have like a long layoff. Right?
Among fans, opinions are sharply divided. Many point to Canelo's last fight, a sluggish, low-output affair against William Skull, as evidence the megabout might disappoint. Others worry that Crawford's added size could slow his speed and blunt his power. Social media has been a mix of excitement and mockery, with memes questioning the authenticity of press conference scuffles and highlighting the stark contrast between Canelo's strength and Crawford's agility.
Canelo is so predictable, dude. You know a hook is coming. You know when the right hand is coming. You know he's going down to the body. He gives it away. There's a tail with him. It really is. And it's usually off the high guard. He comes in, he marches forward, then boom. Crawford's going to be able to see all of that. He's too knowledgeable inside the ring. His IQ is too high. If he can avoid the shots, avoid the big bum, and not get knocked out, he can outbox Canelo. It doesn't matter. He don't have to knock him out. He can outbox him, outpoint him. So, that's my opinion, bro. That's what I think of.
And so, the question echoes, will Crawford's skill and adaptability be enough to conquer Canelo's size, power, and championship pedigree? Or will the weight of the challenge prove too heavy for even one of the sport's greatest technicians to bear?